personal computer, how would you use it?
My own computer?
Your own computer.
I probably wouldn't be able to use it at all. Possibly, maybe to do some kind of budgeting? Could you use them for that?
At work we use one, but I don't personally get involved.
If you had your own personal computer, how would you use it?
Well, I could use it for my budget, to write letters, keep my files up to date.
You sound quite knowledgeable.
Well, I've done a lot of reading. I still don't know how to use one.
I would probably use it for script writing, for word processing, since that's a hobby of mine, script writing.
If you had your own personal computer, how would that help you?
Well, I'd get my reports out fast. I keep nudging and nudging the office computer, but they just can't get my reports back on time. I need a personal computer right now.
It would come in real handy to work or help me with my taxes and my banking and all of that sort of thing.
Well, obviously, I'm not the only one around who doesn't know too much about personal computers. But I've heard that Macintosh makes it easy for anyone to learn. Let's find out. So, Mary, all of this is your Macintosh system.
Sure is.
What are all these components? I mean, what do they all do?
Frankly, when I first saw all this equipment, I was a little bit scared. But after a while, I realized it's just like equipment I'm already used to. You have a keyboard. It looks just like a typewriter, only with these extra keys, you can do a whole lot more. And the monitor, or what they call the video display, looks just like a TV set. This is where you see what you're working on.
What's this slot here?
Ah, now that's where the similarity ends. This is a disk. You start every day by putting in a disk. You don't have to know anything about programming. The disk has a program on it that tells the Macintosh how to do word processing, planning, whatever. And when you're through working, you can take another disk to make a permanent record of all the work that you've done. Disks are like filing cabinets, electronic files. In a way, the disk is like a tiny phonograph record with information on it, not music. And way inside the slot is the disk drive, which writes information onto the disk and reads information off of it. Besides the disk drive inside Macintosh, you may also have a second external disk drive, like this one. You can also use Macintosh with a hard disk, which is like a giant disk. It stores a lot more information and moves that information a lot faster.
What's this gadget?
Oh, that's called a mouse. It moves a pointer. You see the little arrow on the screen? Well, when it gets the option that you want, you just click the button and that selects it. And you can draw amazing pictures with it too. Oh, when I'm in a budget crunch, I use this to punch in all my dollars and cents. It looks just like a calculator keypad. Oh, when you see what's under the phone, that's called a modem.
A modem?
Modem. It lets the computer talk to other computers over the telephone lines, inside the company or outside. I use it to get data from all over the place and to send messages to people that way too. Electronic mail, we call it.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, I'm printing out my drawing, but you can use it to print out reports, memos, anything that you enter into the Macintosh. Well, that's about it. That's my Macintosh system.
Yeah, but where's the computer?
Oh, that's in here. The part of the computer that controls the whole system is called the Central Processing Unit, or CPU.
All right, let's see now. We have the keyboard and the monitor, disk drive, numeric keypad,
Right.
the mouse, and the modem, and that's it, right?
And the printer. And be careful with those discs. You've got to treat them right. Right, Ken?
You can say that again. Well, come on into my office. I'll show you the right way to handle a disk.
See you later, Mary.
It's really very simple. Hold it like this. And see the shiny plastic in here? That's the part of the disk that does all the work.
What is that stuff?
Oh, it's exactly the same stuff they use for audio tape. It's covered with little particles that can be magnetized. That's how the drive records. It arranges all the magnetic particles into patterns. It's all done with magnets.
Is it fragile? I mean, can I ruin it?
Well, I guess it's fragile, yes, but not if you're careful. For instance, don't let a magnet get anywhere near your disk. And don't put your fingers right here on the disk itself. Your fingers always have a little oil on them, and if you touch the shiny part, Dust begins to stick to it, and in a while the disk drive can't read what's underneath. Oh, and watch out for heat. Radiators, hot sun, they'll warp a disk just like a record.
Okay. Now, how do I get my Macintosh going?
Well, first you need a program disk. That gets your Macintosh going and turns it into a word processor or filing system or spreadsheet. You hold it by the label, gently, like this. And you insert it into the disk drive slot. You push it in until it clicks into place. Then you turn on the computer. The switch is located around here and back on the left. Now that whirring sound, that's the disk drive spinning the disk as the instructions are read from it. And it takes only a few seconds.
And then?
And you're ready to go to work.
Oh, what is all this stuff?
Oh, that's one of the great things about the Macintosh. And when you want to tell it to do something, you just point to the appropriate picture. Icons, they're called. Now to point, you use the mouse. Now as you move it, the pointer on the screen moves in the same way. Now let's say I want to get into the proposals folder that I was using earlier. I move the pointer to the folder and click twice with the button on the mouse. The folder opens and I can see the documents I placed in it. I select the document I want. Voila, the document is open and I'm ready to continue. Now, whatever I type shows up on the screen just above this blinking line. That's called the insertion point.
As you type, it moves right along with you.
Right. Now, you can also use the pointer, like this, to scroll very quickly through your document. Now, let's say I've finished with my report. Now, it's very important to make sure that your work is saved on a disk before you quit.
Well, is that complicated?
Oh, not at all. You just don't turn off the power until you've done it. Because when you turn off the power, the computer will forget everything you typed in. Now, these are called menus. You open them just by pointing and clicking with the mouse. And when you point to this one, the file menu, one of the choices you're offered is quit. I choose it and click yes. And the work you've done, the changes you've made, are automatically printed on the disk. They're saved, ready for you to call up again.
Okay. Now we can turn the power off, right?
Right?
Thanks, Ken.
Hey, do you want to try it? You could start with this. It's a guided tour of the Macintosh. It walks you through the program.
Do you mind if I do?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Now, how do you start?
All right, to start, you take the disk like this, and then you insert it into the disk drive.